Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Porsche 911 Legends Round 3 GT3 CUP. Here at the Nürburgring, I myself am Nürburgring pretty hard. And with me, as always, is the man who Nürburgers the hardest. He Nürburgers so hard that he has changed his name to Linux Lewis. Michael Magus.
I enjoy that one. That's a good one. You gotta save that one for another day.
I just used that one.
Yeah, but you know, you wait a couple months and you revisit it. It's good. It's good enough for round 2.
Mike's memory is pretty short. He won't remember.
It is not. I will remember that if you use it again. We are here at Nürburgring, as my co-commentary partner already told you. We are here for the third round of the Porsche Legends series, which is going to be the 992s, which is always fun that the Porsche crew has finally come up with a new model number.
The Porsche 912.
So this is a 90-minute enduro race, we're calling it. Not that 90 minutes is really an enduro, but hey, you know, it's a little bit longer than your standard round. What that means is that we had to pre-qualify this one. So we have a grid based on the leaderboard from the race room website. We will have on pole. Now, okay, of course, it should be mentioned, if anybody has not attended, I'm not sure if there's a gap in the grid or if they just move everyone up behind them up one spot. We'll find out. But on paper, the grid should be Tobias Thierolf, Mike Stopna, Rene Ermer, Sebastian Guther, Martin Evans, Andrew Dean, Magic Kaszczuk, Bertrand Barrier, Henrik Andreasen, Vic Vega. That's your top 10. Then after that, we have Steve Davidson, Ross Hayden, Antonio Costa, Yuri Krachachville, that young up-and-coming kid, Josiah Giron, Fotis Zizoglu, Andy Darnell, Adam Komorowski, Peter Backus, Ricardo Costa, Raul Valoria, Jeremy Reeder, Paul Iper, I've been given a pronunciation for him, Adam Stewart, Mauricio Delgado, Rick Bartel, Dave Ziska, Kevin Hopkins, Will McComb. That's a new one. I don't think you remember that guy. Is he brand new?
Nope, I do not know him.
I think he's brand new. Timo Ryder, Mauricio Julian, and Ken Scott. That is your 32 program grid spots. Whether they all show up or not, I don't know. I suppose what I could do is pop up here. It's only showing 27 on the server, so it looks like we are missing a couple of bodies. Either that or I'm getting that patented race room glitch where you don't get to see the whole field on the tower, which is a little annoying.
That is usually the case.
We have...
Just make the screen steeper.
Well, there's screen there. There's screen there. Like, I wish I could actually show you the screen. Like, there's clearly more room for more cars. It just doesn't show them. So I don't know. We have at least 27 cars on the server. There may be more. We will find out as time goes on. But there is the man who will be starting on pole, Tobias Thierolf, with a very colorful car. What do you think about that livery there, Byron?
I believe that looks like some of the most delicious ice cream you could possibly have.
Kind of does, I'm not gonna lie. It's very, very ice cream colored. It's definitely the most eye-catching of the bunch. I like this livery here from Mike Stoppmill. It's clean. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. I like this one too. Ross Hayden car.
It's the worst.
It kind of looks like a puzzle.
It's because they ran out of paint like 4 different times.
It's probably some kind of sponsorship design thing. This one's a little bit dull. This is like the Fricadelli style Porsche, which it's fine. But Mauricio Delgado, was there not a option, Mauricio? I have to ask the question.
I don't know. I'm being harassed in chat by the ne'er-do-wells. I'm going to ban them.
Don't do that.
Bans ESR from ESR's channel chat.
I wonder if that would even work. I don't want to try it. That'd be weird. That'd be weird if you could be banned from your own chat.
Open task manager, execute task manager from within task manager, trust no one, not even yourself.
Actually, I mean, look at the liveries here on the server, which I don't know if this is all of them. I would have expected Mauricio would take the ice cream colored livery. That would have been my guess. We'll go over the championship standings here real quick because we're doing this one live, and therefore I have those available. So coming in today, Mike Stockmill is your championship leader. He won the race at Brands Hatch, picked up a pair of seconds at the WeatherTech Laguna Seca round. Almost said Watkins Glen. Well, Henrik Andreasen won both those races. He's in second place, 3 points behind. Tobias Thierolf is a little bit further back. He's got 2 podiums. He's in third place. Antonio Costa, Sebastian Gunther, Martin Edmonds, Josiah Jerome, Andrew D., Adam Komorowski, and Steve Davidson. That's your top 10 in the standings coming into today. In the amateur category, which are slightly worse racers, slightly slower racers, Ross Hayden leads the way. He's also the only amateur driver to have a top 10 this season. Adam Stewart is second, followed by Dave Ziska. Raul Valoria, that's a really, really good guy to have in your amateur category. Raul Valoria is a smooth driver. And Paul Iper.
Paul the Wiper.
I should have asked Martin for a refresher on how to say his name again, because he did tell me, and I think I'm butchering it again.
Iper sounds about right to me.
Yeah,
or Iper.
It's more like a ye pair. It's like a Y sound at the front, I was told. Formation lap 10.
Paul Yeats pairs.
By formation lap, I mean nothing really, because we actually don't have a formation lap. Chat has gone here.
Yep, we have people in chat. They're speaking Spanglish.
Yeah, I'm just seeing if Martin had offered a correction, and he did not. Okay. We got John Barker, Martin Edmonds in chat. We've got Lucas. Hello. We got Brannick. Hello to you as well. I would like to move the camera, but I'm not being given that option. There we go.
Is that Brannick again?
Here we go. Javier Vegas starting at the back, so it looks like he didn't get a lap time in on the leaderboard, but has been allowed to participate because he's a quality driver. Yuri Kratashvili, I think, did not join the grid, so he's at the very back. Or he's up to 14th now, so I think that was just an error. Tobias Thierolf looking to go around the outside of Mike Stockmill into the first corner to retain his lead, but it is not going to work. The Dutch driver has put the move on. Further back, Ricardo Costa may be having a little bit of issues. I do like those orange Porsches. Those are very nice. So Stockmill in the lead from Thierolf, Irmer, Gunther, Edmonds, Henrik Andreasen, Andrew D., Bertrand Barrier, Magic Kashchuk, and Victor Vega. Your top 10. The Hobby Fan Club is here.
And a wild Juan Barcadero appears.
Oh, Juan Barcadero. There's your singing for the stream. Alrighty. We got any big climbers? Oh my lord, Javier Vega has had a stonking first lap. He is up 12 spots. He started this race at the dead last and is up to 15th place. That is very impressive.
I believe it's because of, oh my goodness. I believe it's because of all of the bacon fatty smooth all over the car. Just slips right through.
Maybe. I would say that usually you get the results like that with a big pileup or something, but everyone seems to have negotiated the lap pretty well so far. There's not really any massive gaps anywhere that suggests someone is spun off or that there was a pileup. You look okay. Timo Ryder moving up past Mauricio Julian there for 26th position. Notice we don't have a lot of livery variety in the field here today. That could just be a lack of available liveries within the 992 class, of course. When things calm down a little bit, I'll actually pop up the livery page and see if there's anything cool not in use. Javier Vega tried to get up the inside. That was a little late there, Javier. But nothing too bad happened off of it. Just a little bit of rubbing. And as Byron, of course, knows, rubbing is racing.
Sometimes you just gotta rub one out. And by that I mean the opponent.
A lot of illegal laps on the first lap. That tends to happen. As Bertrand Barrier goes side by side with Andrew D. lose out on 7th place, at least for now. Yuri Krachachvil did not have a good first lap. He is down 7 spots and finds himself in 20th place.
It's kind of weird that these guys are all picking the same car. I mean, you have a little variety now and then, right?
That is what this series is going to be. It is going to be completely spec.
Oh, Delta Zero?
This puts us entirely on the emphasis on the drivers to get the most out of the car and be very, very comfortable with the Porsche. Paul Yper moving up into 22nd place there over Ken Scott. Ken doing a good job fighting with him. I must say, I've been very impressed with Ken Scott's performance in this series. No offense to Ken, intended. I want to make that clear. But Ken tends to be a back marker within our series. You know, he tries really hard. He goes out there, and I appreciate the hustle. I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. When I return from my various injuries, if I return from my various injuries at this point, I'll be back there with him. But it is nice to see him up there doing pretty well in these Porsches. It's a little bit of a, seems to be a little bit of a feel for him. As Krachachvil picks up spot over Ricardo Costa there for 19th.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but I did tell you not to play around in the machine that they call the leg maker.
He's not even good at leg locks.
Well, apparently he's a little...
Not even his thing. Oh, Raul Valoria ends up in the wall.
Oh.
He got squeezed. Yuri gets caught up in it. It is terrible. They're trying to navigate around them, and they will.
Luckily enough, they can just go right in the pits and get repaired right now.
And we have a DQ for Adam Stewart. He must have gone the wrong direction. Perhaps in the pit lane. That can happen.
Can it happen?
But yeah, there he is. He's in the pits. He is DQ'd. That's not a retirement. That is a DQ.
Why does he get Dairy Queen and I don't?
Raul Valoria's car, by the way, is showing significant damage on the spectator tool. I'm not sure I ever really trust this damage meter, but let's have a look. Let's see if we can get a look here. Oh, yeah. That front end has seen better days.
Learn something new every day. If you go into the pits, sometimes you get Dairy Queen.
Not that kind of DQ.
It's only one kind of DQ, so... Did you get a blizzard too?
No, he's got the Datsik type of DQ.
Oh, not a DQ.
See, now I kind of wonder, did Datsik ever actually lose by DQ?
Well, better question, did he ever win by DQ?
Oh God, if you lose to Datsik by DQ, I just don't even know what you're doing with your life.
It's the classic distract the ref. And then Eddie Guerrero the shit out of somebody.
Maybe I should have gone with Bob Schreiber.
Can you imagine if Datsik was able to harness his insanity and win fights via DQ?
I mean, his insanity is more harnessed for like really cool knockouts, like knocking out Andrei Arlovsky with a freaking rolling thunder.
Hilarious.
Those who do not know, Vyacheslav Datsik, most crazy person in all of combat sports. Not even sure if there's a close second.
Dan Quinn.
Maybe.
Although Dan Quinn is more delusional than anything else.
Well, I mean, combat sports and delusion go like, hand in hand. Unfortunately. Mauricio Julian battling with, pardon me, that's Yuri Krachachvil actually battling with Rick Martel. I can tell you there's probably not a golf livery because Rick is driving the orange Porsche. That to me suggests that there is no golf option.
Golf.
Mauricio Delgado also making his way past Rick Martel. Henrik Andreasen running in 6th place at the moment. He has had a pretty decent opening to this race. He started in 9th and has found his way up to 6th. He is on the tail of Martin Edmonds in the heavy duty. And Peter Backus trying to move up through the field, taking 11th away from Victor Vega.
Victor Vega. He's from that Quentin Tarantino movie, right?
Andreasen down the inside, makes the overtake. I mean, I assume he's not... Victor was Michael Madsen in Reservoir Dog, right?
Yeah, I can't remember which Vega was in which movie now.
I think John Travolta is Vincent.
Right.
Pulp Fiction, I think. Ricardo Costa off the track.
The Costa repairs just went up.
We have asked for opinions about Javier's race. I assume you mean Javier Vega. If so, I mean, he's made up 16 positions since the start of the race. He's running in 11th place. I wouldn't complain about that. That's pretty good.
Or did you want us to talk shit about the fact that he's Spanish?
I'm just looking through the grid to see if there's another Javier. I think that's the only one.
What about Javier Stock?
No, that is not. Although, if you would like to hear Mike Stockman's views on various things, you can check out the Racers Corner episode we did a while ago. Raul Valori has dropped out of the race. And Ricardo Costa coming into the pits to fix the car. Mike Stockman has the probably never to be broken record for longest ESR Racers Corner episode. Peter Backus trying to get up the inside of Vic Vega. And for the time being, Victor will hang on there. By the way, that is Javier Vega just ahead of Victor. For the Javier Vega fan club.
My cat is clawing the shit out of my arm.
The goose demands your sacrifices.
He desires attention. And now he's strong.
Henrik Andreasen continues his rush through the field. He got past Martin Evans not long ago. And is now up on the... Oh, Peter Backus!
Oh, boy.
Spins out. And makes contact with another one of the orange Porsches. That one of Jeremy Reeder. That is... I'm surprised if those two cars are handling entirely correctly. After that contact, we'll see.
Yep, we are aware of the abbreviation there, Lucas. We hang out with Javier Perez Torres all the time. And we accuse him of playing heavy metal. And, and singing things like, I can feel it, Javi in the air tonight.
Yeah, no, my confusion was more that we have multiple Javiers that we commentate on, so.
What about Javier Reeder?
I was checking out to make sure that you were indeed interested in Mr. Javier Vega and not one of the other Javiers that we have had the pleasure of commentating.
Have you made a mistake?
No. There's a couple of names that are really common in sim racing, it seems, and Javier is one of them. Got a couple of Michaels, too, of course. You know what? Actually, you know what? In my experience, is the most common sim racing name. It's Steve. There's a lot of Steves.
Real life Steve.
Ross Hayden trying to get down the inside and gets tipped into a spin, unfortunately. Speaking of Steve, that was Steve Davidson he was trying to overtake.
You spin him, Steve Dave.
But yeah, Steve Davidson, Steve Carman, Steve Crossland.
Did you cross the land to get to the car, man?
Steve Marcus. A lot of Steves.
Crazy.
On board with Magic Kazchuk, who runs in 9th place. That is Andrew D up ahead of him. Andy Darnell in behind him. See the rearview mirror there. They make their way through the... The problem with that chicane is it keeps getting changed names. It's one of those chicanes that is just like its name is up for sale. It's whoever wants to sponsor it. Last I looked, I think it's the NGK chicane. I think. If anyone in Germany would like to correct me, Timo Ryder has been summoned to his home planet, which apparently is. Oh, there we go.
With 300 kilometers an hour, you're gonna crash and it's gonna be ugly.
He is twirling towards freedom.
Heavily penalized.
All right, we've lost 3. We've lost Gloria, we've lost Stewart, and now we've lost Ryder. As per usual, we will have a pit stop mandatory in this race when the window opens. So unfortunately for Ricardo Costa, who has pitted, that did not count as a mandatory pit stop because it came too early in the race. On board with Andy Dart. Well, okay, we're back. We're back with Ryder. Hey, auto director. This would be good if I could just click on Ryder's name and have like auto director ignore him. That would be good. But I don't have that ability, so we'll take manual control here for a little bit and see what's up at the front of the pack with Mike Stoffmill and Tobias Thurl.
Well, Dave, what they're doing is they're driving them cars around the circles.
I should have asked, but I wonder if there's a community aspect to the livery choices. I don't think so. I'm looking at it now. I was just thinking that because Rene Armour and Mike Stoffmill are both Tugas and they're running the same livery, so I was kind of like, maybe we got a community thing here. We got a Petrolhead livery, we got a Tugas livery, we got an ESR livery. Nope, that doesn't really seem to hold up elsewhere in the grid. Andy Darnell has caught up to the back of Magic Kazchuk and Andrew D. So 3-way fight for 8th place.
Delightful.
Andy.
Perhaps if they get a little closer, things might get a little destructive.
Also, guys in the chat, we have less than 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. And we would like to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube because it allows us to link our store and all of that stuff to the YouTube channel. So if you've not subscribed to us, please do. We produce commentary like this, as well as other racing stuff, including... I'm going to bring back Racer's Corner at some point. Keep threatening. Somebody volunteer to be my guest on Racer's Corner. Come on.
I'll do it. I'll set an example for the boys.
I don't know if you want to follow Byron's example. I mean, at some point, we're going to do the Racer's Corner with Byron. Don't get me wrong. Ain't going to happen.
I'm a hot act to follow.
Yeah. You want to get in before the Byron episode.
It's like going on stage after Chris Rock. You're like, just don't do it.
So, anyways, we got that stuff there. Like, subscribe. Come on, we got like over 2,000 people in the Discord server. Come on, guys, we can get like half of us to subscribe.
Hell yeah. Okay, here's an incentive. Please subscribe to see how fast I can get the videos demonetized.
Oh, I don't even think it's a monetization thing. I think you need more than 1,000. It's a view count thing to get to that. I think.
It's both. You need 1,000 subscribers and some sort of concurrent amount of watch time per month.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, everybody with a bot farm could just become popular and monetized.
Mm-hmm. Andy Darnell in 10th place. Still on the tail of Kazchuk and D. I'm just looking through the grid. There's not really a closer battle, so I think you three gentlemen are going to be the star of the show for a little bit here.
Mr. Barcadero is correct. We do need some sort of like an animation that can be flashed up, possibly during the intro.
That would be good.
Be sure to tune in on the 6th of this month so that you can watch us at Brandon's Headset.
Andy Darnell trying to find a way around, trying to get a run. Nothing coming yet. Continues to battle well. I have some other things to talk about, so we might as well do some other community stuff. Let me pull it up here. Martin, where did you put it?
In your butt.
Problem is, I need to start pinning some stuff with Martin in our chats here. I know we had some charity stuff going on.
Indeed.
A couple of them. Yeah, 2 of them. And I'm not. He sent it to me, and I'm not.
Whoa, weeble wobble, weeble wobble.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. We had a weeble wobble.
It was Andy Darnell went through a chicane or an S-turn, and he just kind of like, his tire caught one.
Ken Scott is off the track. And looks like that. Yeah, I was going to say that looks pretty terminal. And he is out. We'll check on Jeremy Reeder, who is catching up to Peter Backus.
I believe that's Juan Reeder.
Man, I can't find it in my Discord PM, which means he may not have sent it in the Discord PMs.
Did he email it to you or send it to you via Messenger on Friendster?
It might have been TeamSpeak is where it is.
I mean, he spoke with us on TeamSpeak.
Yeah. Give me the text there. It's on the Discord server. I just don't want to go digging around for it because I have, like, you know, control over the camera and stuff.
You lack control.
Alright, you guys are at the mercy of Auto Director for a little bit here.
See Ken Scott starting to type something in Discord. So we'll see if he has a report on his DNF.
Well, he looked like he headbutted the wall. I imagine this is a little bit straightforward.
What if there's a squirrel involved?
Here we are. It's in the donations and support channel. All right, so everybody. There is a post. There is a post in there about talking about the ESR store. You should check it out. It is, I believe, this is the link for it. Byron, if you could put this in, put this out in the the YouTube chat every once in a while.
Ken reports that he got track limit penalized to death.
Oh.
And thus, probably Pro was lost and then he went into the wall.
Gotcha.
You want me to do what now?
Post the store link for us periodically in the YouTube chat there.
Can do.
But right now we have two items. Dennis Patterson has had some issues in his life. You've been familiar with him racing around on the circuit for a while. He needs some help with basically some replacement hardware, unfortunately. He has had to downsize significantly in his life. So we do have a donation thing going on for him. Mostly because Jeremy Reeder is, has offered to send him his G29 complete setup, and just wants basically some help with the shipping costs there. And we also have a similar issue with Adam Stewart, who is having some financial issues, and his old wheel, his TMX, which has been running for 10 years, smells like burning, which is not usually a good sign.
Dying or he's having a stroke.
we hope the wheel's dying. that is the preferred outcome here. Anyways, he is. We are putting together a little thing to try to help him out. So you can check those out on the ESR donations and support area on the Discord. And back to the
Please rewind. I mean, be kind, please donate for the good of the land. And also subscribe and give us a thumbs up. And get yourself a Gulf Oil themed ESR hoodie. They are magical.
Paul Yeeper trailing Dave Ziska in a battle of Eastern European bragging rights between the Romanian driver and the Czech driver. This is over 15th place in the race. And Steve Davidson, in the meantime, moving up into 12th ahead of Vic Vega. That door might be open for Ross Hayden as well. And Hayden is through. By the way, Javier Vega still in 11th place for the Javier fan club. He has climbed 16 positions since the start of the race. He's having a fantastic day. What are your predictions for the top likes in this race? It's a giant heart. Brannick has typed that in chat with a giant heart where I put likes. So favorites, I guess, is what he's talking about. Do you mean who do I think is going to win? Mike Stockmill is always my pick.
Right.
Tobias Theerolf, a close second. Who am I cheering for? I've always got a lot of love for Rick Martel and Mauricio Delgado, of course, but also I'm enjoying seeing Rene Erdner up at the front of the pack. So I'm a pretty big fan there as well. Mostly because I appreciate Rene's journey from like lower mid-tier guy fighting with me for position to like fighting for a podium.
What are your thoughts on the level of petrol in the Martin Edmonds car?
Probably quite high at this point. On board with Bertrand Barrier. Of course, Byron is always hoping for this man, Bertrand Barrier, to do things.
You're gonna break through the Barrier to entry. You're gonna be good luck. Perhaps he eat the poutine loaf.
We also have a pit window open now, so if they would like to pit stop now, they can get that out of the way. That being said, I don't think we'll see anybody pit for a little bit anyways. I don't see anyone carrying around damage that would facilitate it, and I think it's just a little bit too early.
What's this about a pimp stop?
Pit stop, sir.
Oh.
Martin's front tires might be more of a problem than petrol. I mean, they always are. it's Martin, king of tire destruction. I will say it right now. I don't think I would ever want to share a car in an Enduro race with Martin. It would. Nope. Not interested. Not interested. Especially one of those ones where you're like, okay, you guys get 8 sets of tires for the entire like round. That would be terrifying. We'd have to allocate like 5 of them with Martin. Bertrand Barrier on the tail of Martin Edmonds. Make his way through. Trying to think of someone who I would less like to team with in an enduro race than Martin, and I'm having a hard time. Without going into like the comically like bad teammates.
Steve Crossland.
Paul Heeper with the spin. Steve Crossland is awesome. He's one of my favorites. Oh, we lost Paul, I think.
Didn't he abuse you terribly coming out of the pit lane one time?
No, that's not Crossland. That was Cinder is his name in Discord. Lachlan.
Oh. Lachlan, Crossland.
Now, Steve Crossland I partnered with in an endurance race before. Very, very good team.
What about Marcus Clappus Zeus?
Oh God! Well, I mean, I just wouldn't show up. He's gonna crash the car within an hour.
R.I.P.
Javier Vega looking for a top 10 spot here against Andy Darnell. He goes down the inside. We head towards the NGK chicane. I wish we were kind of on the outside of the car here. There we go. That's a much better view. And Andy Darnell has been dispossessed of 10th place by Javier Vega.
Ricardo Costa disqualified.
Excessive track cutting. Oh boy.
That's a lot.
It's our second disqualification of the day.
Saw Jeremy Reeder type it in chat. Maybe we're getting an update from him. I think everybody's just getting banned for track limit abuse.
Well, that would be a DQ, not a DNF.
You do not fondle. Wait, no, that's not right. Please do fondle Mike.
Reeder appeared to have hit the wall and retired. Now he may have a story as to why he hit the wall, and I'd be very interested.
I believe it was because of excessive narcotic use.
Vic Vega getting into a battle with Steve Davidson and gets back past Davidson. He's going a little bit slow. Makes me think he's maybe serving a track cut penalty. As also getting through is Ross Hayden. Bertrand Barrier, 7th place, trailing Martin Evans.
I do appreciate Bertrand's usage of the nameplate here. Just to let people know that he really is French.
A lot of track limit penalties coming in. There is a maximum number of incident points, which is probably where the DQs are coming from. I think it's set to 120. Let me have a look.
140.
I'm looking away from the race for a moment. So
oh my god, he missed all the cool stuff.
Don't do that, David. 100.
I choose to believe that Vic Vega is tall, slim, and wears a mask just like Vega from Street Fighter.
Vega was my favorite Street Fighter character.
Pretty cool. Did some claws. We could smash the mask off his face.
When I was a youngin'.
I like Blanca.
Blanca became my favorite like later on. Probably my all-time favorite though is Akuma.
You would.
I don't know. I was just good with them. I was just good at playing with them.
The correct answer is always Dulcie.
See, I find like the problem with any like kind of long character for me is that I am not long in real life, and I have combat experience, and it tends to be. I just don't use it.
But are you down to get the friction?
It's kind of like I was playing Fight Night like long time ago, and someone picked Mike Tyson, and I picked someone like with like a good like jab and like outside game. Just didn't use it. Ended up just like Mike Tyson against Mike Tyson and getting my ass kicked. It's just not in me.
Listen, that didn't work for anybody else in real life, so I don't know what you were thinking.
I didn't say I thought it would work, and I didn't say I thought it was a good idea. I just did it.
Slider UK in chat is indeed porky time. I have a whole pork shoulder and 2 onions and half a head of garlic in the slow cooker right now. I'm gonna have me some shredded pork for like a week. I know that's not what you meant, but it is reality. Oh my goodness. Oh my
Big Vega losing the back end a little bit there. Good recovery.
You gotta let that booty grip.
Keeps it pointed in the right direction. Tobias Thero, by the way, 1.5 seconds to about 2 seconds behind Mike Stockmill. That's been pretty consistent for a while. Their laps are about a 1/10 apart, give or take, every time around. So they're doing well.
I'm gonna have me some shredded pork sandwiches, some soup.
Fastest lap of the race for anyone interested. 1 minute 57.397. Byron, you can probably guess who has it.
Mauricio Delgado.
Mike Stock.
Oh yeah, I guess that's also logical.
Mauricio's fastest lap is 2 minutes, .334. These cars appear to be a little bit slow here, so I guess the 992 is not a particularly quick car. Seems like it's maybe a little bit slower than the GT3 991s that we were doing a little while ago.
What if they put a turbocharger on a turbocharger in each headlight?
Probably explode.
Neat.
Oh, do we have an update from Jeremy Reeder in the Discord?
No, I saw him. He was typing and then he
Gotcha. I understand.
Possibly he was being vitriolic and then thought the better of it.
You know who might actually want to take an early pit stop here? We're looking at him. Yuri Kratashvili, whose car looks like it's been slightly misshapen at the front, so that would feel like feels like an appropriate time maybe to go for that like undercut strategy and see if you can make it work.
Oh man, on the back porch.
Currently chasing down Dave Ziska in a battle of check-on-check action.
Gonna check your privilege.
Battle of the checks for bragging rights over Chechnya. Chechnya? No, Chechnya is the one. Chechnya is the one in the Caucasus.
Can we change it to? I think it's Czechia now.
Czechia. Thank you.
It was
it was Czech Republic. Now it's Czechia.
I think
Yuri making the overtake happen there.
I think they should change it to Chechnya just to fuck with people.
That would be weird. I mean, Yuri is still overtaking people, so maybe despite the visual damage to his car, it's still handling fine as he recovers nicely from riding that.
There was a sick 50-50 soul grind with an ollie at the end. Dope.
Big fan.
Somebody put on the Tony Hawk Skater 2 soundtrack for this instant. We listen to the B-Boy Document 99. Perhaps move on to some more Mo stuff and listen to Miss Fat Booty.
So I just looked up a track map for Nürburgring. Apparently, that is the Vidal chicane currently. So
What, the shampoo?
Actually, don't know. It might actually be the shampoo. Like I said, it just gets named. It was at one point the Coca-Cola chicane.
It's the classic Scottish drink, Coca-Cola.
Actually, pardon me, the Coca-Cola curve is the last turn on the track. It's not the chicane. There you go. There's also Ford curve, Castrol S, Valvoline curve, Dunlop curve, Shell curve.
I don't like that. I don't like the sponsored corners. I think that's good.
Is Yuri making on-track aero adjustments? Kinda.
That's when you get you start sponsoring corners, and then how you end up with Talking Stick Arena.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I wouldn't be surprised if there wasn't like a talking stick chicane somewhere in the United States.
What is a talking stick? Are they talking about like phones that they make really long?
No, I think it's the. I don't know.
Does it talk to you? Do you talk to it? How does that work?
It might be something like the guy who has the stick gets to talk. You know, the like what arrangement like that sort of.
Oh, whoever Magic Conch.
Yeah. I have the conch. I get to speak. That might be what they're going for. Vega is catching up to Andrew D, so he continues to just be having a very, very, very good race.
See, John's saying that Vidal is a motorsport oil brand. He's pretty sure, but that still doesn't answer the question that it probably is also true.
It probably also is, yeah.
I know Mike is, if you have hair.
I mean, I've got hair, but like shampoo is not. I mean, I actively shave it off, so like it doesn't really
require. It's around.
Actually, that's the problem. I would like to get to the point where it's not there.
Yeah, that'd be much more convenient.
People are always like that. It's like, how does it feel to be bald? I'm like, I look forward to it. I look forward to the day that I don't have to shave my head. That'd be fantastic.
Just buff it occasionally.
Probably get one of those. Well, I'd probably get one of those. I forget the company's name now, but they make all kinds of bald guy products to help with scalp health and stuff.
Admit it, you'd hire a rabbit so you could recreate the Barber of Seville from League of Seas.
No. Javier Vega! Yeah, I don't think that was really on there, Javier, I have to say.
I like it.
Making it overtake into the Vidal chicane that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Chicane.
Martin Evans has caught up to the back of Sebastian Gunther, and he has brought Bertrand Barrier with him. So battle for 5th place.
I love Gunther. He's such a good wrestler.
Phenomenal wrestler.
Skinny legs, though.
Just compared to his upper body. And not so much now that he's lost so much weight.
I demand he put the weight back on, but only in the legs. So it looks like he's wearing snow pants all the time, but he's just got really fat legs. Oh, I cannot eat another mouthful. All that weight will go straight to my kneecaps.
More with Martin as we make our way through the Dunlop curve. Hairpin turn.
Away with you. You'll find no hairpins here.
Then we head up into the Schumacher races, which I noticed they can't take full tilt. Dave Ziska has made his pit stop, and Mauricio Delgado is currently in the pits, so they are taking care of their mandatories. Ooh, Vega on the attack. Javier Vega versus Andrew D for 9th place. I know the audience wants to see it, so we'll stick with this battle for a little bit.
Hell yeah. Serious question. Does the B in BMW stand for Bugatti?
Bavaria.
Neat.
Bavarian Motorworks, I believe.
Also, the joke is that I was not being serious.
I know.
No, I know you know, but I'm letting other people know.
Javier Vega on the outside makes the move work through the Vidal chicane. That is the overtake of the race I think we've seen today. We got plenty of time though. We're not even halfway through the race, so we may get better.
Yeah,
we'll see.
In other news, BMW has divested themselves entirely of automotive exports and gone into the food service industry, changing their name to Beer, Mashed Potatoes und Wurst.
I was gonna say, you gotta have bratwurst in there somewhere.
Yeah, boy.
Couple of track abuse penalties coming up, including for Rene Erber, who is currently in a podium position.
I'm torturing Juan Barcadero in chat with all the food.
I mean, I feel like he's just hungry.
Joke's on you, I already had a big lunch of ravioli and cheese with homemade sauce.
I actually was very let down by my lunch.
Is it because it was just tapioca?
I went to the mall food court, because, you know, home of, like, nice variety and so on. And I went to the Asian Shanghai 360 place. And I really shouldn't go there, because I only like one specific, one of their, like, it's one of those, like, you know, buffet style things where it's like, I would like the combo number 2 with the 2 entrees and the rice. And the issue tends to be is that there's only one of their, like, entrees that I particularly enjoy, and they had none of it. I didn't realize that until after I ordered, so I'm like, fine, give me the General Tao chicken and the sesame chicken, I guess.
Just give me a bucket of water chestnuts. Leave me alone.
I should. Well, what really should happen is I should have at that point gone over to the Bourbon Street Grill, which is basically the same food, but better.
Yeah. And they got bourbon.
I imagine, sir, the bourbon chicken has got to have some bourbon in it.
It's been a while since I had some high-class bourbon. I need to look into that. Oh, no, it's not been a while either. My brother got me a really fancy bottle for Christmas.
Or I could have gone over to Jimmy the Greek. Or if I wanted to go with something just like classic Canadian, I guess, A&W or something.
They got General Tso's chicken over there at Jimmy the Greek?
No. They have.
Why would you go?
They have quality years and pork select. And if you feel like waiting for a little bit, there is the calamari option.
Yes, calamari. I am a notoriously picky eater, and I love calamari. It's the weirdest thing.
I do like me some calamari.
I don't like raw tomatoes, and I don't like mushrooms, and I don't like avocados, and I don't like this. Well, actually, I'm better at food touching. When I was a kid, I was just a maniac about the food can't touch each other.
Mushrooms and I have a weird relationship.
It's because it's terrible.
I really, really, really like barbecued mushrooms. By the way, we've lost Dave Ziska from the race, unfortunately. I really like barbecued mushrooms, but like I like them no other way. That's it. That's the extent of it.
I mean, I could identify with that if you set them on fire long enough, they just fuck off into the ether. They stink. They stink. They taste bad. They smell bad when you're cooking them. They feel bad when you chew on them. They're just gross.
I hate. Oh, they ruin pizza. They ruin pizza.
Absolutely the worst.
My mom is a fan, or was a fan of mushrooms on pizza, and there was like one time when I was a kid, as Andy Darnell hits the thing. There was one time as a kid where she was like, "I'm gonna order a little bit of mushrooms on the pizza. You can just pick them off." I'm like, "Okay." And the pizza shows up. It's all mushrooms. It is all mushrooms. What is this? She felt like I've never seen her feel like worse than watching me try to eat this pizza. It's like fluffing every mushroom off. It'd take you like half the pizza off because it's all mushrooms.
We've driven Juan Barcadero to kitchen orientations and areas. And I don't know why I couldn't just say going to the kitchen. I don't know why I couldn't just say that out loud. It was weird. And my brain wouldn't stop the train wreck.
Bertrand Barrier on the attack for 6th place against Martin Edmonds here. As it is French-Canadian versus French-French. And Barrier's through. Got the inside line there through the Dunlop hairpin. And made it work.
What I need Bertrand to do is you take the man next to you and you put him into the barrier around the edge of the track, yeah?
So we'll see if anybody wants to go, like, we're getting to about the halfway point, so we should see a rush of, you know, anyone who's thinking about a undercut strategy. You pretty much got to go now. Now, if you're just thinking to go as long as possible, I respect that. Obviously, there's tactical value to that. But I'm hoping to see a little bit of, like, diversity. Andy Darnell's been in, Mauricio Delgado, Rick Martel, Mauricio Hunan. I wonder what happened to Peter Backus, because he is not pitted. Or oh, I think I see Peter's problem. He did pit. I'm wondering if he pit right before the pit window opened. And as a result, he's not served his mandatory pit stop. Either that or he's messed up by not doing a part of the mandatory pit stop, which I do believe is only changing 2 tires. But he may not be fully aware of it. But anyways,
Peter, he has partial pit stop.
He has been in the pits. It just hasn't served the mandatory pit stop.
And if Peter hit the pipe in a partial pit stop, how many pickles did Peter put down his pipe?
I was going to say Victor Vega moving through the field, but it's Javier Vega just being in the pit lane, serving his mandatory pit stop. He's going with I wouldn't even really call it an undercut. He's pitting at basically the halfway point of the race, but it is undercutting pretty much everyone in front of him, so there is that.
Javier Vega, star of every single Quentin Tarantino. I appreciate that Martin's gone with the mossy oak camo. It's very nice. I find it hard to follow him on the track. It's very nice.
As I was saying, I would pull up the livery options. Let's have a look.
Good old livery. Also don't like livery.
I'll see if I see anything I think Byron would like.
I feel like people are universally either love or hate liver. It's neither like maybe I'm a little hungry, I can have some liver. No, it's like I want liver now, or I never want liver again in my whole fucking life.
Okay, so yeah, this is a very limited livery selection. There's only 9 of them, and now I think the ice cream one probably is the most you of the bunch.
I like the orange ones. Very easy last.
Yeah, we got the orange ones, we got the mossy camo, we got the white and blue, the red and white. There's just like pure silver one that I don't think we've seen out on tracks, so I don't know if anyone picked it.
The silver blue.
There's the puzzle livery, there's the stop mill livery, and then there's a blue and gray one, which I'm not sure we've seen.
I thought it was purple. It was a purple gray one. I would say it was purple.
Looks like on the website more of a blue.
Well,
but yeah, in game it does look purple. You're right.
There's one right there.
There's Vega right there. Absolutely. I clicked on it.
Purple. It's the purple people eater.
Oh, and here's just the silver one. So yeah, I think all 9 liveries are in use. It's just, you know, in a field of almost 30 cars, you know, there's some repeats.
9.
Martin Edmonds trying to close back up on Bertrand Barrier. That is a lapped car in behind him. I don't know who that would be. At a guess, just looking at the little livery pictures, I'm going to go with it's probably Mauricio Delgado.
Go.
And there is your confirmation. It is indeed Mauricio Delgado.
he's just sandbagging any minute now. Sprint to the front and win.
Well, he's not on their strategy. He's already pitted.
You know what? I don't appreciate your negative talk.
And they have yet to pit. Just kind of scrolling through here. Oh, into the pits goes Bertrand Barrier. So Edmonds will get promoted back into 6th place.
Also, be sure to go to raceday.watch for all of your raceday.watching needs.
Fastest lap last time around. Actually comes from a surprising source. Not because he's a bad driver or anything. It's just I would have thought Stockmill or Tobias. Nope, Sebastian Gunther. That's the man last time around.
Sebastian.
Sebastian, I must say, is having very little degradation of pace. His last lap was only about 1/10 of a second off of his best lap. And that's pretty good, given that he's put like 45, almost 50 minutes on those tires.
Might you say that he is blitzkrieging through the field? Yeah.
Not right now, but if he can preserve these tires enough to do a relatively short 2-tire pit strategy, he will blitzkrieg up a couple spots, I imagine.
Yeah, well.
Doing excellent tire maintenance. Sebastian, I would happily team with you in an endurance race.
Me too. I could be like the team manager. I'd be like Massive from.
To be honest, actually having a team manager when you're doing an endurance race actually is handy. Because it gives you somebody who's there, who's not racing, doesn't have to get in the car, who can harangue everybody else into doing the right things.
Your boy Juan Barcado has returned from the kitchen. He has himself a cheese sandwich. I imagine he has perhaps some grainy mustard on that side, so that he does not wake up his whole household. Since he is from England, and it is 8 hours from now over there,
Martin in the pit.
Make it roughly 10 p.m.
Also, of notable importance, race leader Mike Stockmill is in the pit lane. We'll see where he comes out. So he's coming out behind Kaschuk. I was going to say Andreas, but I think Andreassen's in the pits. He just overtook him. So he's going to come out behind Kaschuk. And in pretty good air. So I think we'll see some rapid laps here from Mike Stockmill pretty shortly.
Oh my God! They just killed each other in the pit lane.
Andrew D also in the pit lane. A lot of people taking this opportunity to pit. So we'll have a better idea of what we're dealing with here shortly. We'll follow Tobias Thirl for a moment here. He has inherited the lead by Mike Stockmill pitting.
So you saying that Mike Stockmill is the pits?
Well, he was in the pits, but he's now out of the pits.
Give him a pit stop like the Nasty Boys.
Henrik Andreasen and Steve Davidson have, pardon me, I thought Steve Dave pitted, but no, Davidson had not pitted, and he will just let Henrik through. Smart. Don't fight when you, frankly, have nothing to fight for.
Steve Dave and the Masters of the Universe.
Andrew D and Andy Darnell have come out very close together. Andy Darnell is, for now, the man running in 14th place, although there will probably be a couple of spots picked up when Yuri Kochachville, Paul Yeeper, Steve Davidson, Vic Vega, Ross Hayden come into the pits. They're still out there on their original set of tires.
My cat just did the big old yawn, big old stretch. Plunk one claw into my elbow and put all of his weight into it.
Just reminding you who's boss.
He's not in charge. He just sometimes annoys me enough to get things that he wants.
Rene Ermer and Sebastian Gunther both in the pit lane. So they will get out of the way of Mike Stockmill, who moves into second place. Stompmill, by the way, overtook Magic Kashchuk. I missed that. I apologize. Kashchuk is also in the pit lane. So we have Vic Vega still out there without having pitted. We also have Steve Davidson going very deep. Paul Dupere going very deep as well, and Yuri Kretachvil.
I just noticed we were getting the Parsec remix on audio. I've just become so accustomed to it, I just accept it.
I've gotten to the point where I'm not even going to ask if it's coming in over YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I'm always a little worried it will, but...
I think it's Parsec only.
Yeah, it's Parsec only.
Son of a bitch! You fucking did it again. Ow! Okay, bro, that's like a half an inch into my forearm. What are you doing?
Tobias Thierolf is coming up on traffic. If I were him, I would probably get into pit lane soonish. That traffic is only going to cost him. We're also getting towards the end of the pit window anyways. I think it'll close at 30 minutes remaining in the race. He's only got about 6 minutes and change. Well, 3 laps before he has to get in there anyways. I don't know how long a pit stop is. I should have probably tried to backmark that because he's 45 seconds ahead of Mike Stoppmill. That gap probably going to close. As Stoppmill is out there with a solid, fresh set of rubber. And also a relatively light car. Although Thierolf may also be on a very low fuel load at this point. I don't know. Depends on how he's done his fuel divvying.
I believe he takes 2 metric drops of fuel every 3rd lap.
Javier Vega on the tail of Ross Hayden, who's fresh out of the pits. So we've yet to see Thierolf, Vega, Davidson, Dieper, and Kretachvil in the pit lane. Peter Backus has pitted, but did not clear his mandatory pit stop. So I am a little concerned that he may not be aware that he has to pit. I've seen that excuse used before. Vic Vega is in the pit lane along with Steve Davidson. Let's see where they come out. Also the pits, Yuri Kretachvil. Henrik Andreasen has done a marvelous job in the pits. He's come up in 3rd place. He is the big winner of this pit window, I think. He's timed it just beautifully. And essentially, is on a podium spot now.
Not after I'm done with him.
He's got Rene Armour very close by. So we'll see if they battle it out. Javier Vega and Ross Hayden continue to battle for what is now 12th. They overtook a bunch of cars that were in the pit lane. Interesting enough, another winner in the pit stop exchanges, Bertrand Barrier, has overtaken Sebastian Gunther. And Magic Kashchuk also has made up a couple spots.
Slider and Juan Barcadero are discussing the merits of cheese sandwiches and cooking them in the chat. And I would like to alert them to there's such a thing as a toaster quesadilla that you can make yourself. I would encourage you to look that up. You essentially take yourself a tortilla. I like to warm them up so they're nice and flexible. And then you just put cheese and salsa in that sucker. And you fold that thing up the correct way into like a pocket, and you just put it in the toaster and it melts the cheese and toasts the tortilla.
Javier Vega with a nice overtake there through the Schumacher S's. Or pardon me, not the I don't think that was the Schumacher S. It's a section after the Schumacher S. Yeah, that was the bit curve. But he has taken 12th place.
I'm going to make a new account on Race Room, and I'm going to be Michael Bootmacher.
Thierolf has done his pit stop and come out ahead of Mike Stoppmill.
Dang.
Stop Mill is on the hunt. Germany v. the Netherlands. Once again. Historical battle. Javier Vega and Ross Hayden went side by side there for a moment, and Vega hangs on.
The Tobias Thrustmaster continuing to surge forward.
That young designated here for the Las Vegas Blackjacks.
Be sure to tune in to twitchtv.com/video for bi-weekly, or wait, no, bi-weekly's every second week.
Every second weekend.
For
twice weekly.
Twice weekly. Video games. Actually, anybody in chat want to bully Mike into playing a new video game? He's probably going to do something not normal on Friday or Tuesday.
I'm thinking about it. I'm in a better place now. I think it'll probably be Super Mega Baseball, but I'm still open to new ideas.
I just want you to try out all the tracks I did.
Indeed. I did most of them on stream.
No, because you did that stream and then I made a bunch more and sent it.
Sure. Well, that's why I said most, not all, most.
And there's one trick. There's one that's gonna frustrate the shit out of you. Not because the track's hard or weird or dumb, but just because you're never gonna be able to break that record.
Okay.
But that's just a purely selfish me thing. So you probably don't want to listen to me about what other people want to see you stream.
I mean, the Trackmania was pretty popular. Paul Yper losing a spot there to Bertrand Barrier. I don't think he's worried about that though. Paul is one of two people who still has to make a pit stop, so I think he's out here knowing that the guys coming up on him are going to. Oh boy, actually, we're gonna stick with him here because he's only got, by my count, 36 seconds left to get in the pits, or he is going to get a penalty for not serving his mandatory pit stop. I wonder if he has not gotten the message that he has to pit.
These are possible truths.
Because I'm pretty sure the pit window is 30 minutes long. It's a 90-minute race. It will close when the clock hits 30, and he is not going to be at the pit lane.
We have votes in chat for you to try out Pal World, which is the new game that all the kids are enjoying.
God, no.
And also Wreckfest, which I know you already have played and stuff like that.
I enjoy Wreckfest.
Or
it's an
option. And depending on how much you're into the carnage, you could also call it E-Wreckfest. I believe there was a movie made about that, won an Oscar.
All right, the pit window appears to still be open, so maybe it's longer than 30 minutes. That would save him. Stop Bill is going side by side and actually makes the overtake happen there against Tobias Thierolf. So Tobias, you played the pit stop strategy pretty well. You got out ahead of Mike Stoffmill. The stop is back at the front.
Slider, you are correct. Your boy Bacchus has not pitted.
Bacchus has pitted, but he pitted in a way that has not cleared his mandatory pit stop. So he pitted either option A, too early, or option B, didn't change tires at the pit stop. That would be the other option. I'm not sure which it is. I did not see when he came in, but there is a notation here in the spectator that he has pitted, just not clearing the mandatory.
Is it mandatory to clear the mandatory?
Yes.
So you're gonna go in there, grab a cigarette, and just
I actually don't remember what the penalty is in race room. I don't know if it's straight up disqualification or just a time penalty. A very large time penalty. It should be clear. I know ACC uses a time penalty. I don't remember if it's a DQ in race room or not, but it seems like the pit window is still open. So I am perhaps just wrong that it is a 30-minute pit window. Maybe it's a full hour.
I believe you do. Yeah, it is in the rules. You have to pit for a full hour. 60 minutes of a 90-minute race you have to spend in the pit.
I don't know how Race Room determines it. The thing is, I know it's 30 minutes for a 60-minute race, but this is a 90-minute race, so it might be a 45-minute pit window, maybe. Might be half the race.
Sliders also voting for Dairy Queen.
In which case, the pit window would end at 22.5 minutes remaining in the race. So we'll find out in about 4 minutes. And if I were Paul, I would be getting in the pit lane anyways. He's right now he's just getting passed right now. He's lost out to Barrier, to Gunther, to Edmonds. Now, he's not battling them anyways. But, like, at some point, my God, you gotta get some new tires on this car.
They're fine. If they get all worn out like that, then the rubber's just hot enough to grip the track all the time.
His lap time actually was not terrible. He did a 2-minute .2 last time around, which is not bad. His best is only in the 159s. But I'm not sure what at this point he's gaining from staying out as long as he has.
I believe experience.
I mean, you're not wrong there, I guess.
I think you get 4 XP per lap, and then once your bar fills up, you can hit a green shell.
No.
Yeah. Well, maybe it should.
It's not how this game works.
Maybe it should.
Andrew D running in 11th place. On the tail of Andy Darnell, Ross Hayden also putting some pressure on. Martin Edmonds has cleared Paul Eper.
I think somebody should do that. So somebody at Race Room should just take Race Room and make a different version of Race Room that has weird Mario Kart style, like power-ups and shenanigans and BS.
That'd be neat.
I think so.
I would not object.
Just take a realistic racing sim and make something super goofy, but keep the realistic racing physics. I can't see it going wrong, although, you know, maybe I'm very incorrect.
Well, like have it as an option to turn on and off sort of thing. I mean, you know, it can't go wrong if it's optional.
Tobias Steerwolf, you horrible, horrible dirty racer, please see yourself to the steward's office.
I'm a little bit surprised that we didn't end up with like a death race video game.
That would be cool. Steve Dave, also terrible, dirty racer, please escort yourself.
And Ross Hayden.
Ross Hayden, please acquire a hall pass from the monitor. Steward's office right now.
By the way, fastest lap of the race was set 2 laps ago by Mike Stockmill at 156.888. That is the first person into the 56s.
Is that how he got so far ahead?
A little. Oh, whoa, that gap is growing. What's hang on?
Slow down penalty.
Probably, yeah.
Paul Ipierre, you are the dirty French bastard, and you must be punished, even though you are, I think, Romanian.
He's Romanian, yeah.
That also speaks Latin.
Andrew D is getting closer to Andy Darnell, so we will probably have a little bit of a fight on our hands here at some point. Over the last spot in the top 10, although actually probably not, because they are behind Paul, who has to pit or has to take a time penalty or has to get DQ'd, whatever ends up happening. So they are probably actually battling over 9th place. There's not really any way that Paul would remain ahead of him.
Paulo Ipierre. See a weird.
Paul's in.
He has thrust himself deep into the pit lane. Look.
Ride with Peter Backus here for a bit because we haven't checked in on Peter all that much. He's basically got to pit this lap. He can't make it around again before the pit lane closes, assuming it's a 45-minute pit window. We'll find out. Let's see.
Tobias Steerwolf, you horrible, horrible person.
I'm legitimately a little bit worried for Peter though, because I don't know how solid his English is. I don't know how the Slovakian support language-wise for this game is. He may not be aware he has to pit.
I mean, it says time is money.
There we go. He's in there. All right.
This man,
he just got into the pit. I don't know, because the pit window I think is closing, or I think closed. We'll find out. He's in the pit. He got in the pits in time, but I don't know.
I think he is the most sandbagger type we might have in this particular race.
Well, we're gonna find out. He's in here. He's getting his service, his fuel, his tires, getting his drink bottle refilled. Pit window closed, and he's been DQ'd.
Dang it.
That's why you don't leave it that way late, guys.
Miscalculated by 1 lap.
Yep.
Andrew D coming in hard. Trying to make this as sexual as possible. Please subscribe.
He's actually lost a little bit of ground to Andy Darnell. Ross Hayden is quite close to Javier Vega.
What if Andrew D and Andy Darnell and Mauricio Delgado formed a team and they called it Triple D's?
Triple D Racing. I'm down for it.
And they got Sean Kennedy to do him some custom livery. Nick would probably be interesting to do.
I was once on a team with a guy named Mike Mark and Mark Minahan, and the entire reason we were on the same team was so that we could do 6M racing.
I remember that. I made all kinds of Mark jokes. We got Mike, and we got Mark, and we got Mike, and you were Mark for a while.
Why am I Mike?
Because we already had Mike and Mark. You had to be.
But Mike, we should have been Mark Minahan.
Nope. The council history. There's like not M&Ms. Listen, they're just not creative like you and I. I'm sorry.
There were 3 of us. Had it just been 2 of us, I think we would have won.
It was pluralized.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Oh man, if Race Room had M&M, that would have worked really well. Sebastian Gunther is catching up to Bertrand Barrier. Quite a bit actually. We'll see if he can make a move. Rene Ermer is drifting back of Henrik Andreasen, so the battle for the podium appears to be more or less over. Stoffmill is clear of Theorwolf, who's clear of Andreasen, who's clear of Ermer. So 5th place is kind of the highest rated ranking position that is up for grabs right now. They're trying to take down Barrier. Andrew D and Andy Darnell battling it out for 9th place. By the way, Paul Yper has rejoined in 15th place.
15th?
From his last second pit stop.
Mauricio Delgado has gone from 26th place all the way to 16th place. What the heck of a... Oh, 17th place. My bad. What a race by that guy.
Your big climber still Vega, who started dead last and is up to 11th place. 16 spots.
If you're doing this on like a PH scale, I think Stockbridge still the highest climber.
Well, he has climbed to the lead.
I remember I was watching something on YouTube and somebody found out like it was either the pH scale or the Richter scale. Like isn't just like isn't linear. Like it's by orders of magnitude. So the difference between pH 2.1 and 2 is like a lot, a huge amount. it was kind of interesting to see. They're like, okay, all right. So like, this is a big deal that this has changed this much.
Andy Darnell getting the continuing to abuse track limits warning as
Yeah.
Andrew D continues to hustle him along.
Andy Darnell, very abusive. If you're into that sort of thing, he is available.
In fairness to Mike Mark and Mark Minahan, if you two gentlemen end up ever watching this video, I enjoy being your teammate, but let's be honest, we did it as a gimmick. Andrew Dino!
Oh yeah, baby.
Darnell closes the door on him.
Give him the business.
And Vega moves into the top 10. Ross Hayden also makes his way through.
I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm sorry I cheered against you, but it was very funny.
Well, I don't know. I think Andrew's got a case against Mr. Andy Darnell on that one. I don't know. That was shutting the door. And I say that as the guy who stewards these races. So if I say you got a case,
Snitched.
you probably have a case.
Shouldn't have done it on camera. Oh, actually, no, you should have. I thought it was kind of funny. Usually you do that early in the race. But I appreciate the tenacity and the stick-to-itiveness.
Penalty point limit is 100 incident points there, Slider. At least according to the race app page. Whether it has been properly implemented on the server or not, I don't know. There was one time where we were supposed to have a 100-point limit, and it got set to 10. There was a lot of disqualifications on that day. As you try going through a race without picking up more than 10 incident points. It's not easy. It's not easy to do. Checking in on Gunther versus Barrier for 5th place. Barrier in the red and white, Gunther in the silver. Congratulations to Henrik Andresen, just put up his fastest lap of the race, 57.534.
What about the fattest lap of the race?
Just seeing if anybody else has put up their fastest lap. Oh, there's another one. I'm not sure that is Steve Davidson. Fastest lap of the race last time around. Not overall, but like a personal best. So the really interesting thing is the battle for fifth between Barry and Gunther, which we're looking at, and then the battle for like 10th place between Vega and Hayden. And I imagine Andrew D will be in that fight once he kind of recollects himself after that contact with Andy Darnell. Everybody else is kind of just running against the clock at this point. We'll see. Hopefully some of that changes.
Stop me a watch, 4 second.
Yep.
Which is the most lead anybody has ever led in the entire thing.
Oh, I mean, at one point, technically, Theorolf had a 45-second lead.
That's true.
That was a pit stop assisted lead, but still.
Somebody put up on Imager a while back, side-by-side times of pit stops throughout the years, like going back to, I don't even remember, like maybe the 60s or 70s or something.
Gotcha.
And it's just like, yeah, like, and it took them like 30 seconds or something like that in one pit stop, and the next one they're down to like 15, and the next one they're down to like 5 or less than 5.
Well, the big difference from the time I started watching Formula One is they don't refuel anymore. So that used to be what was the actual time thing, is you'd have like let's say a 12-second pit stop, but like the guys on the tires were like, done after 5.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me cheeseburger on the side, and then zoom when he's off.
And since they no longer fuel, I mean, obviously that has led to faster and faster pit stops. In fact, they actually have rules in F1 right now to have a minimum safe pit stop allowance in Formula One. You have a pit stop has to be X law.
I want complete uncertainty. I demand.
Well, then you would have loved 1994 when they were taking the filters out of the refueling rigs.
Yeah.
I've shown you what happened to Jos Verstappen on that one. Giant fireball.
And not only do I demand complete removal of all safety procedures, I also demand that they put weird shit in the fuel to make it burn cool colors.
Actually, Aiden Millward did a video on that pit stop where Verstappen's car caught fire and shared some pictures. There's they apparently one of the guys was apparently having to put the fire out in the toilet.
Nice.
Because they didn't have enough hoses with water.
The man was weak. He had Taco Bell. Had to go put the fire out in the toilet. Saw really good. Somebody had a Klingon post. Like, if you suffer, bowel movements from Taco Bell, your bloodline is weak. No one will remember you.
That's metal cop stuff.
True though. Yeah, the slider, come on. The flying wheels is fucking funny. Just don't be in the crowd.
I mean, there have actually been fatalities once.
I know. I'm aware.
It's rough times. Javier Vega just randomly flew past Ross Hayden there. I didn't get the camera on it in time because I was expecting Hayden to. Oh no, Hayden was already behind. Never mind. I was defending myself from something that didn't happen. It's just Hayden's. It's just Hayden's gotten a lot closer to Javier Vega. So. And Andrew D is coming in the background.
Delightful.
Andy Darnell in front of him. Been doing a modernization of the F1 point system using the modern day point system for like past seasons. A couple of championships have already changed hands. Back in the 80s now. Or actually, I'm in the 70s now. 1978 right now. I don't think that title's going to change hands because Lotus kind of dominated, and Mario Andretti's title is probably quite safe.
How many extra titles did Eric present?
He actually loses a title.
What?
He becomes a two-time champion.
Oh my god.
He loses his first title to Alain Prost because, well, frankly, honestly, the 1980s had a weird point system where you scored X number of races from the first half of the season and the second half of the season. So, like, even in real life, like with the 80s point system, Prost scored more points than Senna. It's just he was dropping, like he dropped a win from his point total. On the inside here, Javier Vega is on the attack against Andy Darnell. Here we go. Heading into the Vidal chicane. He's got it. Vega is through. Javi fan. Oh, no, he doesn't. Darnell goes back down the inside of the Coca-Cola curve. Ross Hayden with a front row seat to this whole battle.
Looks like the tables have tabled.
Andrew D in the background there in the blue and white car. Same livery as Darnell's got. Darnell goes deep into turn one. He'll have the inside line, though, through the S's. The Mercedes Arena section. Ross Hayden looking on hungrily. He would like a top 10. He would love his second top 10 of the season. Contact. Vega leaning on him. Darnell does not give way. Darnell blocks Vega. Opens the door for Ross Hayden. Here we go into the forward curve. They remain in this. Oh! Hayden, that was a late lunge. Didn't get it. They head down to the Dunlop hairpin.
Tobias got another slowdown penalty.
Darnell to the inside.
Darnell also has a slow down penalty.
Keeping it, yeah. He's managing to. It's a good place to get one though, actually, because it's not an on throttle section. And he hangs on still. 4-way battle for 9th place. Gunther's getting close to Barrier, but I don't want to take the camera away from this. Through the Schumacher S's into the bit curve, heading towards the Vidal chicane.
I think Tobias has another slowdown penalty, or maybe
They tend to show themselves repeating is the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think it. And once again, Vega goes down. Goes through the Vidal.
Oh baby! Oh baby!
Ends up in the pit lane. Lost control of the car. He's got a DQ. No.
Damn.
Disqualification for Javier Vega. I feel bad for him. I feel so bad for Javier Vega. I wonder if it was an incident penalty, excessive cutting. There it is.
Man.
Disqualification. It might have been because he was in the pit lane. I know some tracks have rules about that.
That should. That's BS.
Ends up disqualified. And now it is a 3-way battle for 9th place between Darnell, Hayden, and D.
3-way dance. 3-way dance. 3-way dance. Not the same.
And now we lose like half our audience because the Javi fan club is like, we're done. We done.
Please, in the chat, let us know how furious you are. Can't do anything about it, but you know.
Can't do anything about it now. Well, I mean, the thing is I can't see what penalties he was at, so I mean, it was possibly he was at the limit. Oh, we got Vega in chat.
Bruh. Yeah, we
Javi.
are on board with the bruh on that one.
Javi, we got one question, basically. Was it the incident limit penalty that tripped you up, or was it just the going in the pit lane? Which was it? Was it disqualification cumulative or immediate? I guess is what I'm asking.
Everybody knows that Javier Vega is a
Andrew D going side by side with Ross Hayden as we approach the Vidal chicane.
And he was obviously cheating the whole time.
And he is going to overtake him, D up into the top 10.
And I'm only joking, Javi.
Sebastian Gunther continues to be very close to Bertrand Barrier. I do want to at some point check that battle out, but it's also pretty stable. Like it's 0.3 to 0.4.
We just keep the race going. I want to see how many people get freaking DQ'd.
All of them. On a long enough timeline, all of them.
Yeah. Eventually, it's just Tobias and Mike out there going 3 miles an hour because they can't afford a single more penalty point.
I just wanted to check in on Yuri Kutachvili because he's showing 100% damage, but it just looks like he's got a dented up front end. Gentlemen, you are I'm seeing a lot of track cuts. We've had 3 DQs already.
3, 4, 5.
3 DQs plus Backus got I'm not sure if Backus decided to retire or whatever, but like I think he missed his pit window, so that would have been a black flag, I think. Ross Hayden trying to nudge his way back past Andrew D. The man who's really enjoying this is Andy Dart. Oh, Gunther's on the attack. He's on the inside heading into turn 1. Let's see if he can do it. I was saying this was a stable battle at about 0.4 of a second. It ain't stable no more. And Gunther moves into 5th place, at least for the time being.
Javi has confirmed that it was the pit lane that DQ'd him.
Yeah. I did figure.
15 incidents, he says. So.
Oh, that's like pretty low, actually.
The big hammer at the end.
Yeah. No, I figured that was the case, but I did want confirmation.
Javi, we also, somebody wanted us to talk shit about your race, and I said, no, I let you.
He lies, Javi. The chat was very pro Javier.
I didn't lie. I just deliberately misinterpreted what the guy wanted.
Ross Hayden's still trying to get past Andrew D.
Yeah, we were on board. We were enjoying that. The last time we had that much Espanol action, I got yelled at in chat for talking about giraffes.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I disagree with the decision, and I would be filing an informal protest with Martin.
That is one of the many downfalls of sim racing to a certain degree. Is that you get that black flag and it's just binary, whereas in real life, I imagine your team would be like storming into the stewards' house. No, we appeal. That car is staying out on a track.
Suck a dick. We're gonna race.
That has happened at like the 24 hours of Bathurst and stuff, where like a car is given the black flag and they just appeal it. It's like he's staying out there.
When is the Bathurst race?
Yuri Krachachville's off the track. There he is rejoining. I don't know off the top of my head, but we can certainly look it up afterwards. And I get you a date.
You're not waiting that long.
It's a minute and 20 seconds. It's one lap.
Far.
We're pretty much there. Barrier back on the attack against Gunther. He wants that 5th place back. And Tobias Thierolf, aka Tobias Thrustmaster, off the track. And rejoining.
Oh, it's 12 hours of Bathurst, not 24 hours. They did a couple years of 24 hours, but not since 2003.
Yeah. It's been 12 hours for the last little bit. There's also 6 hours of Bathurst for a more manageable one, that's just the Australian.
Unsustained carnage.
Driver of the day question from Slider. Well, I mean, obviously Mike Stockmill's a candidate. He's winning. I am also going to give a shout out to Henrik Andreasen, who's played it really, really well to end up on the podium here, it looks like. Javier Vega was having an excellent run before the... Oh, Bertrand. Careful about that pit lane, Bertrand. Bertrand. Careful about the pit lane.
I have an answer. Bathurst will be on the 15th to 17th of February, which encompasses all of the days of your birthday.
Indeed. Javier was probably going to be a front runner for the driver of the day up until his disqualification. I'm really not sure we can give it to a black flag car.
Driver of the day is Juan Barcadero because he has been the most active in chat.
Well, he's chatter of the day. Wow.
No, well, he also drives, so I mean, he qualifies for both. What about Martin Edmonds for being so consistent and also the admin?
He started 5th and he's in 7th. I don't know if I can get behind this. I don't know if I can get behind this.
How about your boy Gunther?
No, not really. He started 4th and he's in 5th. I don't think that's really an option.
What about Mauricio Delgado?
Final lap here for Ross Hayden. Last chance.
Mauricio Delgado wins best charcuterie in the pit lane.
That's true. I'm going to have to go with Henrik Andreasen. He had a really solid race. He's getting himself a podium on this one.
That is fair.
And honorary mention to Mike Stockmill, who, you know what?
Lead 17 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if it wasn't Mike, I'd probably be more about like just the race winner getting it, but like it is Mike Stockmill.
What about Mr. E. Pierre, who has the most colors on his flag?
I got 3.
I know, I'm just joking.
Is there anyone that has 4 colors? I'm wondering. Is it
I don't think so. At that point, I think you're just pushing it.
Yeah, I don't think there is. There's probably one in the world somewhere.
Driver of the Day is a very informal award that we like to give out spuriously, with very little thought.
I mean, that is F1's driver of the day as well.
There you go. Therefore, it will be Javier Vega for best late pit entry, possible.
I mean, he definitely does get the Oscar for the most crushing story.
Oh boy!
Andy Darnell off the track. Him and Andrew D gonna lose out there. He's coming around the outside.
So far off the track.
Very off the track. Ross Hayden was 11th place before the Vidal chicane. He's gonna come home in 9th.
Ross Hayden, driver of the day, called it.
Boom.
The whole way.
Slider says Union Jack has 4 colors. Does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's red, blue, and white.
What do you got, like red, other red, blue, and white?
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's 3. Mike Stopbill is your race winner and the owner of the fastest lap. Tobias Thirol second, Henrik Andreasen third, Rene Armour in 4th, Sebastian Gunther 5th, 6th for Bertrand Barrier, 7th for Martin Edmonds, 8th for Magic Kashuk, 9th for Ross Hayden, who inherited that spot at the very, very end. Andrew D ends up 10th ahead of Andy Darnell. Vic Vega in 12th place, followed by Steve Davidson, Paul E. Pierre, Yuri Kartashvili, Mauricio Delgado, Rick Martel, and Mauricio Julian finishing the day. Peter Backus, we believe, was disqualified for pitting outside of the... Well, not for pitting outside of the mandatory pit window, but for not getting his mandatory pit stop done. Dave Ziska, Jeremy Reeder, Ken Scott, Timo Ryder, Raul Valoria, all DNF'd for various reasons. Javier Vega was DQ'd, as well as Adam Stewart and somebody else. But they took my. Oh, hang on, I've got it on my laptop still. Ricardo Pasta. There you go.
Oh yeah.
No, Ken Scott had a slowdown, like a mix-up that causes controls to kind of screw up, and he then drove into the wall. I hope you guys enjoyed our 90-minute race here from ESR. Much appreciated. Please check out our Discord and check out the support and charity area for helping out Adam Stewart and Des Patterson. And also remember to subscribe, because we want that 1,000 subscribes. Want that 1K. Want it. Also, anyone who wants to be a guest on the ESR Racers Corner, I do want to bring that back. I do miss hosting that. And it really only stops because I stop having guests to bring on. Just saying.
Just make Martin do it. Do like a 19-part expose on Martin.
19 parts behind the admins of ESR. Also, Royal Rumble tonight. Who you got winning this one, Byron?
Logically, probably Cody.
I've got Cody.
But my true intellectuals know it's going to be Ty Dillinger.
That'd be awesome. From number 10 all the way to the winner.
All the way to the top, baby. Damn. Everybody enjoy yourself. Make sure to subscribe and go make a grilled cheese sandwich right now.